Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be sharing 4 comforting suhoor recipes that are light, gentle on the stomach and perfect to keep you feeling good while fasting. And yes, I've also included the recipe of Vellapola, which a lot of you have been asking for. So stay tuned and watch till the end. So the first recipe is super simple but one of my absolute favorites. It's just bread cream and nut butter. I used to have this almost every day before Ramadan started. For this, I'm using Al fresh cream, the breakfast cream. If you're in the Middle East, you can find it easily in supermarkets, and honestly, Al is the best. I paired it with sourdough bread this time, but you can use any bread you like. Now, the star ingredient is this amazing nut butter. It's called Al Amlo, and it's mainly made of almonds. I got this from a local shop here in Kuwait and use it for so many things. It pairs beautifully with dates, which is a popular way to eat it here. If you're interested, let me know and I'll share the shop details. To make this, I toasted the bread first, then spread a thick layer of breakfast cream. After that, I added a generous amount of the nut butter. If you're not a fan of nut butter, you can swap it for jam or even keep it simple with just cream and honey. You can use any nut butter, actually, you don't have to use the specific one. And and finally I drizzled a good amount of honey on top, and that's it. Our easy, light and super delicious suhoor recipe that we enjoy most days. Next, I'm going to share the recipe for silk dosa. This dosa is super thin, almost like neer dosa, and has a beautiful coconut milk flavor. It's soft, melts in the mouth, and is just so comforting. The base of this dosa is simple, biryani rice, or more specifically, I use jeerakashala rice. But if you don't have that, basmati rice works too. First, soak the rice in water for about an hour, then drain it and blend it really well with an egg, coconut milk until you get a smooth grain-free batter. Once blended, pour it into a bowl and thin it out further with extra coconut milk and water. This is the consistency you're looking for. I'll share the exact measurements in the description. Now heat a pan really well. It needs to be very hot. Pour a ladle of the batter and quickly swirl the pan to spread it evenly. Then drizzle some ghee on top, and that's it. No need to flip it. Once cooked, fold it into a triangle like this. It cooks super fast and turns out so soft. This is our absolute favorite. I've already made it twice this Ramadan. It pairs beautifully with light curries like chicken korma, chicken stew, mutton stew, or even just ghee and sugar if your kids prefer it that way. I personally love it with chicken korma, and I'll add the link to the curry recipe in the description, so be sure to check it out. If you're looking for a suhoor recipe that's filling yet light and easy on the stomach, this is a must try. The third recipe is pistachio overnight oats, one of the easiest and most filling suhoor options. To make this, I started with rolled oats in a jar. Make sure to use rolled oats, not instant oats. Then I added some chia seeds, and then I quickly realized that my jar was too small to mix everything properly, so I transferred to a bigger one. Next, I poured in some milk. For sweetness, I added honey, but you can use maple syrup if you prefer. Now the star ingredient here is the pistachio spread. I melted it slightly and mixed it in. Sometimes I also add yogurt, but this time I kept it simple. You can swap regular milk for almond milk if you like. After mixing everything, I topped it with some sliced pistachios. You can add any nuts of your choice. You can even add raisins or cranberries, anything that you like. And close the lid and let it sit in the fridge overnight. The next morning, if it feels too thick, just loosen it up with a splash of milk. And finally, I served it with that amazing nut butter I mentioned earlier and a drizzle of honey. This is such a great suhoor option because it keeps you full for a long time while still feeling light. And now for the last recipe. This is the OG suhoor recipe from the Malabar region, Vellapola. To make this, I started by soaking pachari or raw rice along with 2 tablespoons of urad dal. I cannot get the English name of urad dal right now. Okay, I'll put it in the description. Yeah, and I'll soak this rice and urad dal for about 3 hours. Once soaked, I drained the rice and lentil and added that to the blender jar along with cooked rice, sugar, which I completely forgot to record, and instant yeast into a blender. Then I added a little water and blended into a smooth batter. After transferring it to a bowl, please ignore the messy background. I let it rise in a warm place for about 2 to 4 hours and it rose beautifully. After that, I gave it a quick stir and added some salt and let it rest for another hour. Now you can cook these in small pans, but I decided to use idli mold to make mini polas, which I thought would be cute. So here's a great tip: whenever you use an idli mold, always grease it generously with butter. This ensures your idlis or polas come out smoothly without sticking. Then I steamed it for 15 minutes and just look at how soft and spongy they turned out. I had posted about this on Instagram and so many of you asked for the recipe, so here it is. Traditionally, we eat Vellapola with the coconut milk and sugar. Another delicious way is to mash 2 to 3 Kerala bananas into the coconut milk, add sugar and a pinch of salt and cardamom powder, I think some people add, and enjoy it that way. Both versions taste amazing. So that's the Vellapola recipe for you. You can see how soft and spongy it turned out. I hope you'll give it a try. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your family and friends, and let me know in the comments what you usually have for suhoor. I would love to know. Stay tuned for more Ramadan recipes, and until next time, bye. Thank you so much for watching.